All right, let's dive into one of the biggest names in the online gaming world, the Isle of Man gambling license. You'll hear it called the gold standard all the time, and for good reason. But, getting it is a huge decision. It means serious money and commitment. So let's break it down. What does it really take, and is the payoff worth it?
First things first, let's just get the obvious question out of the way. With all the hoops you have to jump through, you might be thinking, hey, why not just skip the license altogether? It's a tempting thought, sure, but trust me, it's a shortcut that leads to a dead end.
Yeah, going unlicensed isn't just a bad idea, it's a total business killer. You're immediately running an illegal operation which can lead to actual prison time. We're talking up to 5 years in a place like Belgium. And the fines, they can be massive, like up to 800,000 euros. But even beyond the legal nightmare, your business is basically DOA. Payment providers won't touch you, the best game suppliers will block you, and regulators can shut you down overnight. And the most important thing, you'll have absolutely zero trust with players. It's not a real business plan.
So if going rogue is off the table, you need a legitimate path forward. And for operators who are aiming for the very top of the industry, that path very often leads right here to the Isle of Man. It's known as a Tier 1 jurisdiction, which basically means it's the big leagues of regulation.
And this quote, it just nails it. An Isle of Man license isn't just some document you hang on the wall. It's a signal to the entire industry, to players, to partners, to investors, that your operation is legit. It says you meet the highest standards for fairness and security. It's instant credibility.
But, and this is a big but, getting that mark of quality is not a walk in the park. The whole process is designed to be tough. It's demanding, it's rigorous, and it's meant to filter out everyone except the most serious, well-prepared companies.
The whole journey follows a pretty clear, step-by-step path. You have to start by actually registering your company on the Isle of Man. Then comes all the paperwork, submitting the official application to the Gambling Supervision Commission, the GSC, and then they put you under the microscope. This isn't just filling out a form. It's a deep, comprehensive vetting of your entire operation.
And this slide right here is absolutely crucial. The Isle of Man demands what they call genuine presence. This is not a rubber stamp, mail drop license. No way. You have to have a real company, a physical office, and at least 2 directors who actually live on the island. Even your servers for player data have to be there. And every single key person in your company is going to go through some serious background checks. It's a real commitment.
So how long does all this take? Well, the GSC says they aim for about 10 to 12 weeks from the day they officially accept your application. But here's the catch. That's only if your application is perfect. If anything's missing, or if they have more questions during their deep dive, that clock can definitely get longer.
Okay, so we've covered the tough process. Now let's talk about what's on everyone's mind, the money. This is where the whole cost versus benefit thing really comes into focus.
The very first thing you'll have to pay is £5,250. That's the application fee, and it's non-refundable. It basically gets your foot in the door and pays for the GSC's time to vet you. And yeah, you don't get that back, even if they say no.
And once you're approved, the costs definitely keep coming. A full B2C license, which is what most online casinos need, carries an annual fee of £36,750. That is easily one of the highest annual fees in the world, which tells you right away this is a premium license.
But now, here's the good news. This is the big financial payoff. After you've paid those high fees, the tax situation is incredible. The duty you pay is on your gross gaming yield, or GGY. That's your profit, not your turnover. A huge difference. And look at these rates. It starts at a tiny 1.5% and drops all the way to 0.1% for the biggest operators. When you combine that with a 0% corporate tax, it becomes a massive financial advantage.
So this slide really just lays it all out, doesn't it? It's the perfect summary of the trade-off. On one side, you get this elite, world-class reputation, that amazing tax structure, and access to the best partners. On the other side, you're dealing with high fees, a ton of bureaucracy, a long application process, and that very real commitment of having a physical presence on the island.
So what's the final verdict here? Well, it's pretty clear that deciding on an Isle of Man license isn't a simple yes or no question. It's a major strategic choice, and whether it's the right one depends completely on your business, your goals, and your bank account.
That gold standard label really is the perfect description. I like to think of it as the Ivy League degree of the iGaming world. It's expensive, it's really hard to get, but man, it opens doors that would otherwise be locked shut. It tells the world you're a serious, credible, and trustworthy operator.
And that brings us right back to the central question. For your specific business, is the gold standard worth the price of admission? If you're well-funded, ambitious, and aiming for a global audience, the answer is probably yes. It's a strategic investment. But if you're a smaller startup, it might be something you aim for down the road. The answer really is all about your strategy. Thanks for joining this explainer.